This is attempt number 2. First time wasn't so great, and neither was the second. I guess it's number 3. I got my mask for my allergies, gloves because I cut my hand open and I can't put a band-aid on it, and my friend always said, he says, always check the fluid in the gearbox because for obvious reasons it can run out while you're mowing. You'd have no idea because it's all spraying underneath. Trying to do it so you all can see, but it's not working. And we're good. Alright, this will be the last mowing of the season. It's kind of late, it's mid-October, but a lot of these roads are growing up pretty high with grass, and it makes it hard. Makes it a little bit difficult whenever I'm out trying to predator hunt at night. The grass, you know, it hides everything, so if that's all cleared off, I can use these roads to hunt with a thermal scope, you know, predator hunting and whatnot. So, and it's easier to walk through here. It's about 75 degrees and we got a nice breeze blowing, so it's a perfect day really for running the tractor. I already checked the oil and I changed my boots, so my hunting boots don't smell like fumes. Clear. Oh yeah. Every time. running smoothly, but hopefully my allergies are not, hopefully this isn't a bad idea. It's pretty bad, but hopefully the mask works and we can get these things cleared off. I might be steady pouring snot sitting in the ground blind tonight. We'll get it mowed up around the camp here and then we'll head down the road.
Well, I think that's good for one day. Alrighty, well that's a wrap for the mowing of the roads for 2021 here. We got a bunch cleared out to where we can do some predator hunting and we can actually see what's going on. It's not, you know, 1.5 foot tall grass, and there's a ton of tracks. There's dog tracks. I think I saw bobcat tracks over on the other side, but I was up on the tractor but I'm almost certain they were bobcat tracks, so we'll go out tonight and see if we can get one. The radiator's been alright. When I put the cap on, I could tell that the rubber gasket around the cap looked a little bit old and all shriveled up and whatnot, and the antifreeze was leaking out in the overflow, and even if I squeezed this hose down here, you know, I could hear it, the air going out. So I found another gas cap, an old gas cap in my truck, took the seal off of that, cut it to fit, and put it over top of that seal, and it worked alright. It sealed it up for now. I'm still going to get another radiator cap because it's like a 7-pound cap, and they say that you're supposed to, I'm not sure exactly what poundage it is, but you got to make sure you have the right poundage cap, and I feel like if I add a 1/16 of an inch of rubber on there, that just compresses that spring even tighter, and I don't want it to be overpressured. So I'm going to go ahead and get a new radiator cap just to play it safe. What else was wrong with this? So it got stuck in gear, and they get stuck in gear all the time in reverse, and you just take the cap off for the oil fill, and you get a pry bar and you slide the gear back in and you're good to go. But that's not the case. This is what happened. I'll show you because I filmed it. Just behind this big gear right here, just behind this big gear here on this back side of it, at the end of this spline shaft right here, see how there's a little gap right there? The cover on that bearing right there came off, slid down the shaft, and then dropped right down there in that little groove. And then that kept this from sliding back because it sat right down in that groove, and it wouldn't let it slide back out of third. That's what it was right there. So we'll put it back together, see if it works. Sure it will. So that's what happened. I had to take the whole top off. I couldn't get this pitman arm off or the drag link, so all this had to come up while I was lifting it, and it was a real pain in the butt. But luckily that's all it was that little, just a cover on the race on the side of the bearing. It fell off, and it doesn't hold fluid from one side or the other. It's all the same, you know, so it's not a big deal. And while I was doing that, I put this all back on, and I snapped the oil pressure line because it was old and copper and corroded, and so I had to get another one of those, and it's all right. It's just it's leaking just a little bit. I can, if I rub my hands on the line, there's a little bit of oil, so I just got to get a wrench and give it a couple more turns. It's got one of those flared ends on it, kind of like a brake line, you know, 45 flare, and then. But anyhow, that's it. Yeah, that's why I just took it easy, low RPMs. You know, as long as it cut the grass, I was fine. I wasn't going to do anything crazy today. Tomorrow I want to go take it across the creek and disc up a food plot. So this was the little test run, and it passed with flying colors. So that is it for mowing, and I guess we'll take it off and wait till next year, put the discs on it. So thanks a lot for watching. We'll see ya.